Notes from Greenelsh, number 99. Don't lose sight. Last night around the dinner table, my family was reminiscing about an annual high school fundraiser for drug awareness that my oldest daughter attended. Its beginnings were beneficial, but over time, it lost its purpose and just became a social party. We see examples of this all around us. Governments, corporations, teams, clubs, leaders and individuals who deviate from their roots and in so doing lose what originally made them good and admirable. Sadly, even some Christian churches, parachurch organizations, pastors and artists have denounced their faith in God or disregard biblical tenets that they once recognized to be true and right. Although these grievous instances grab headlines, this is not a new trend. Ever since Adam and Eve, the first people, rebelled against God, every person is prone to seek his own way instead of God's way. We want to be our own gods and replace his design for us with our own. In Isaiah, it says, "All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way." When anyone moves away from what is good and right, it's alarming and destructive. We are all in a spiritual battle for our souls. If you have come to know Jesus Christ as your Savior, you must be diligent to rely on God and through His grace and power help others come to know Him and continue to grow in Him. If you don't know Jesus, you can rest from your striving and searching and find your fulfillment in God through Him. Jesus is calling you. "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light." You were born in spiritual darkness, but you don't have to stay in that blindness. In Proverbs it says, "Where there is no revelation, people cast off restraint, but blessed is the one who heeds wisdom's instruction." You don't have to aimlessly wander lacking vision. You can enter and live in blessed light. Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Knowing God through Jesus is not a one-time event or a ticket you earn, and then you merrily pursue your own way. Rather, it's an endearing, dynamic relationship which deeply affects all of you. We all need hope and purpose. Many young adults don't have either, which is one reason why suicide rates have risen significantly over the last 20 years in high schools and colleges across America, according to the CDC. Let God be your vision and your way. Only then will you be able to approach life and its challenges with strength and purpose. Maybe you haven't lost all hope, but you struggle with what to do or where you are going. That's understandable. You can address this by recognizing that you can't answer the how, what, where, and whens of life until you answer who and why. Who is God? Who are you in relation to Him? Why does God have you here on earth? And why do you do what you do? The key is to not lose sight of God, who is truth. Just as the direction of a compass relies on magnetic north, right answers always revolve around God and not us. They also involve putting others before ourselves. Ask God to help you answer the core questions that I just mentioned. Then listen, trust, and obey Him. In Jeremiah, God says, "Let not a wise man boast of his wisdom, and let not the mighty man boast of his might. Let not a rich man boast of his riches, but let him who boasts boast of this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord who exercises loving kindness, justice, and righteousness on earth, for I delight in these things. God will show you who and why, and then how, what, where, and when. Over time, He will transform your character, purpose, and abilities to be like Jesus. What motivates, inspires, and satisfies you will be God first, and then others. You will find your greatest pleasure in pleasing Him. Like He was with King David, God will be with you. I bless the Lord who gives me counsel. In the night also my heart instructs me. I have set the Lord always before me. Because He is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Therefore my heart is glad, and my whole being rejoices. My flesh also dwells secure, for you will not abandon my soul to Sheol, and let your Holy One see corruption. You make known to me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Focus on God, and you won't be blind, lost, self-centered, or sidetracked, because He will be your vision, your light, your way, and your hope. Note that there's a classic hymn along this line. It's titled Be Thou My Vision, written by Delon Forgale. On YouTube you can find many performances of it, but one that you might like is by BYU Vocal Point.